Firstly, I'm gonna get some mac and cheese.
Fuck yeah, you will. I made that shit.
Which bowl was mine?
The one closest. Mine's over here. I'm gonna get some mac and cheese too. Game and grub. Not to be confused with game grubs. This is not mid.
No. Alright. With the webcam and all, welcome, good individuals, to the first ever podcast episode that I've been talking about for like 4 years. We're talking about video games and what they are. I mean, games are pretty cool. You know, you got things.
What the fuck, they're not.
No, honestly, they're not. Okay, you don't need to argue just to argue. Today, I'm Scott Adelman, joined by what's your name?
Dexter Stadler.
Dexter Stadler, and our friend Justin, sitting here. He couldn't be with us tonight, unfortunately.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, he. A moment of silence for Justin. Anyways, podcast. Let's get into it. Today, we're talking about horror games because, honestly, Dexter and I, we know more about horror games than we know about women. And just horror games.
That was directed at me. You're not wrong though.
Horror games are great. We've been yapping about them. You know, nothing's better than just playing a game and getting your jimmies rustled by Maria. Speaking of women, you know, she's a pretty crazy one. If you're into that,
I am.
So, we're gonna start the pod. This is very awkward. We're gonna start off. Dex and I, we're gonna each name horror games, and just like back and forth, and we can't do repeats. And we're just gonna keep naming horror games until it gets to the point where we're in a shouting match, and we're like, "That's not a horror game." You know, when I start bringing up games like,
because we're gonna nerd emoji and be like, "That's horror adjacent."
That's horror adjacent, which nothing horror adjacent is counted. So
Dead by Daylight's not a fucking horror game.
No, first, actually, that's what we're gonna talk about first. Is Dead by Daylight and how awful it is.
It is such a bad game.
Dead by Daylight, actually, I think it's in contention for one of the worst games ever made. It's like right there with League, honestly, and the Joker DLC and Smash Ultimate and My Talking Tom. Those are my bottom. That's my Mount Rushmore of just bad games.
What did My Talking Tom have to do with you? The series ain't bad. Can't let one weak point kill the whole
Ben's
series.
good, but Talking Tom is just not for me. You know, honestly, I think about it. It's Dead by Daylight. I think if you were to try and manufacture the most miserable gaming experience possible, you'd get Dead by Daylight. I don't see how it's enjoyable, and all my friends that play it, they're like, you know, it ain't that bad once you sink in 2,000 hours, and it's like the One Piece of games, but it'd be like if One Piece wasn't good at all.
If after every arc you had to pay another $20 to go to the next arc.
Yeah,
It's Dead by microtransactions.
Yeah, I was interested in Dead by Daylight because I thought it was like this cool Smash Ultimate celebration of horror games and horror icons, but it'd be like if for every Smash fighter they charge $20 and it's pay to win. I prefer the method of like skins like Fortnite where it doesn't matter, it's all cosmetic except for the chicken skin from Family Guy. That one has a worse hitbox. Dead by Daylight just sucks, honestly. I don't know what more to say about it. I think it's an awful game, awful experience. I tried to get into it on the PS4.
Not worth it.
Tried to get into it on PC. It's just not for me. I got a lot of friends that are really into it, but I don't know if they're into the game or if they're just, you know, it's like, what do they call it, like Stockholm Syndrome. They're just like, I love Dead by Daylight.
I thought you were gonna say it's like when you shake keys in front of a baby and they're
Yeah,
insane, like
exactly. I don't know.
Now they're like, ooh, you have to come back and spend another $50. We got Ken Kaneki and Springtrap.
I know. And people like me almost folded for the Springtrap. But then I hopped on for a match, and I'm like, this is the most miserable experience of my life. It goes for all of ASM horror. Friday the 13th was really fun.
It's like the only exception.
Yeah, that one was a good time. And then they shut it down, like all good things. And it died quicker than Anthem, which was very unfortunate. I don't know. I don't even want to go into ASIM horror, bro. It's like kind of messed
It's
up.
not horror. ASIM horror does not count. If the horror comes from just strict multiplayer and that's it, that's not horror.
True.
Especially if it's a cash grab.
For real.
Like that, the Evil Dead game, Killer Clowns is alright.
Killer Clowns was fine, but then like a weekend there was 400 active players in the world. It just wasn't fun. Before we do the back and forth names, I actually had an idea. I'm gonna find an article of like the top 10 horror games by a certain site. You
Give it a boom or a doom.
We'll do that after. You gotta guess the top 10. Top 10 horror games of all time.
It's gonna be like by Kotaku or by Game.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Number 1, Silent Hill 2. I already know that.
This is by reputable source, IGN. This is actually the 25 best horror games ever made. Let's see if you can name me 10 of them. I'm gonna get this list open. It is IGN's top 25 horror games. Let me see if I can get a still picture of it. IGN top 25 horror games. Oh no.
I'm a little bit of a horror. I almost said nut. I'm a horror loser.
Yeah.
I'm a loser. Like, well, I'm not a loser. I'm a horror geek.
Oh, actually, I found the top 10.
How many do I have to get right for it to be considered a boom?
I think you can get them all.
No way. There's such a big margin of error because IGN has such bad taste.
Well, I'm trying to find a picture that has like all of them.
They're gonna have like honorable mention Monster Hunter Tri and be like, that is not a horror game.
That is not a horror game. Let's see. I can't find this all of a sudden. Okay, we're not doing IGNs because the website is freaking out.
How about Rock Paper Shotgun? They get mad if you have an ad blocker. Ask how I know.
Okay, this is the 10 scariest video games of all time. Not best horror games, just 10 scariest games. It's by Rolling Stone.
Oh.
You gotta guess it. They got, I think, there's some weird stuff. I think you can get 6 of them.
I'm gonna guess 10 of them right now.
Okay.
For scariest horror games, Fear 1. That's always like the first thing I think of. Fear 1, Fatal Frame 2, Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 3, Outlast.
Outlast is on the top 10.
Part
The
of
scariest.
me wants to say Outlast 2 really bad, but Alien Isolation. I forget that one's a horror game.
I'm looking. So Outlast was there. I gotta scroll all the way. One of these is really obvious to me. Which one did you just say?
I've done Alien Isolation.
Yeah, that one's not on here.
That's such a cap.
Shout out Rolling Stone.
That's a doom. I'm gonna say Fear 1 is a big one. Fear 1 for the like 15-20 years was milked as like, oh dude, this is the be all end all. Apologies.
I need to play Fear 1. That is not on here.
Are there gonna be some that piss me off?
Yes. Number 9. Number 9 is crazy. We'll wait for it. You got any more guesses? You were close. You got one of the series right. But you were off by
Silent
a
Hill
game.
1.
Wait, if I'm correct,
There has to be a Silent Hill on there, and there has to be a Fatal Frame.
there's not a Silent Hill in here.
Is Fatal Frame on there?
Yes.
Is it gonna say 1 or 2? It might even say 3, but I think it's 1 or 2.
Nope. It's Fatal Frame 3, The Tormented.
That is such bullshit, dude.
This is a crazy
I
list.
love Fatal Frame 3 because it's so cool, but Crimson Butterfly carries that series on its back, dude.
I've only heard good things about Crimson
God,
Butterfly.
this is not gonna be a good list.
No, so Fatal Frame 3 was at 2. Outlast is number 3.
Number 1 has to be.
Number 1 makes me mad because I've played it and it is good, but I wouldn't count it as the scariest game of all time.
Is it Silent Hill 2 Remake?
It's not a Silent Hill. It's not a Fatal Frame. It's not a Resident Evil game. It is
it-
part of a series. There's like 3 games,
Is Siren on there?
which is weird. I like
Dude,
it.
these guys have no ball knowledge.
Wait till you see number 9.
Is Parasite Eve on there?
Nope, there's no Parasite Eve.
Is number 1 like a really old game or a newer game?
not old. It's about
10 years old?
came out in 2010. As Rolling Stones.
Please don't tell me it's Fear 3.
Nope.
Thank God, dude.
Nope. And I've played this one. It is on Game Pass, or was at some point. I wouldn't say it's the scariest game of all time, though.
So it's a 360 game.
Yeah, 360 PS3 era. It came out for.
Have we talked about it?
I don't think you and I have ever spoken about it. It came out first on PC, but it was ported to the PS4, Xbox One, and the Switch.
What kind of gameplay style? Is it like like top down? Is it first person?
I think it's first person. I think it's first person. I could be wrong. This is gonna be the hardest guess on here.
I'm just happy it's not RE6.
Starts with an A.
Is it that Alice one?
Mm-mm.
That's horror adjacent.
Yeah, it's not that one. Alice Madness Returns.
That one's a good
It's a
game,
show.
but like
So number 1 is Amnesia: The Dark Descent.
that is such bullshit.
I know.
The Dark Descent is not even the best Amnesia game.
I know.
The Bunker is 100% the scariest. Then A Machine for Pigs. Then The Dark Descent.
I will say number 5, just because I know you haven't played it. Number 5 scariest of all time is Rule of Rose by Rolling Stone.
Yeah. I totally haven't played that one. Do you know why? Because I almost got it for $500 and got sniped on eBay.
I know, dude.
The dude bought it for $8. The dude sniped me for $300.
He didn't even go in for an extra $20 to win it. He's wanted to make sure he didn't get it.
And I refuse to get the European PAL copy. I want a US copy.
Yeah. So you got 1, 2. Okay, so the ones you have not guessed yet are number 10. I don't know if you're gonna get 10.
Is it newer or older?
2012. I've never heard of it in my life, personally.
It's not the Alone in the Dark remake, is it?
No, it's just one word. Starts with an I. I've never heard of it before.
It's not Inscription. Inscription's a card game.
Yeah. You think you got it, or want me to tell you?
What consoles it? Do you know the gameplay of it, or?
It's only on PC. I'll just say this. The dreamlike first-person horror blank plays out like a bad hallucination from Benadryl. Its plot is evasive and fuzzy, which sometimes adds to that feeling.
The only I words I can think of are insomnia.
It's called I'm Scared for PC.
That is such a bullshit indie game. This list pisses me off, dude. I'm scared. The only reason I'm scared is popular is because of 2012's YouTube. 100%.
Yeah, it's a Markiplier game. That's a certain genre of game, in my opinion. Nothing wrong with it, but
Not worth it. Overrated.
there's a genre of shovelware that's just built to be played.
And
by
that is
YouTubers.
100% shovel.
He's so mad.
Shovel, dude. I'm having a fucking stroke.
Okay, so I think you can get this one. I never played it, but I have watched numerous playthroughs. This is going to make it so obvious. I just want to see how quick you can say it. Number 8 for scariest of all time. I would agree. I'd put it higher than 8, actually. This game, the hint is this game never released.
Oh my god, what is this game?
You know about it. We've talked about
Is
it.
it
before.
PT?
Yes, it's PT.
Dude, the fact PT's 10 years old tells me we could have had 2 or 3 PTs by now.
I know. And it just didn't happen. We got a demo, and the demo is one of the most promising things ever.
Hideo Kojima with Norman Reedus looked good, and now we got Death Stranding because of it.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go On the Beach.
Yeah, I know. PT is so good, it makes me mad. That one's actually pretty valid.
And the fact there's a way to beat it, but no one found out for 8 years.
I know. Number 7. Justin is an enthusiast of this one. I would not call it one of the scariest games.
Is it
of all time.
RE2?
No, it's a Justin game. It's a party not a party game, but it's encouraged you play it with me.
Is it Outlast Trials?
Came out in 2020 for PC, PS5, and the Series X. It is one word in the name.
So it's not Dead by Daylight. That's
Justin
good.
has played it a lot. He doesn't stop talking about it.
Oh my god, it's not Wedding Witch.
No.
Why can I? Whenever it's a one-word one, I always am like, what are the words?
Mm-hmm.
How does it play? What kind of game is it?
It is a horror co-op game. You can find a genuine terror in the socially septic world of online gaming. It is a ghost hunting simulation.
Phasmophobia.
Yep.
That one is cool. That one is fun. That one is like that's horror light. I would consider that horror.
I wouldn't even. I'm not trying to gatekeep, but I've played a little bit of it. Not like. I don't
It's
think of that
fun.
one.
I've never played it solo for a reason. It is not a solo game.
To me, that one's about as much of a horror game as like Escape the Backrooms. It's like.
Escape the Backrooms is funny though.
Yeah, that one is very funny.
Especially when you're playing with Justin.
That one is very funny. So save number 9. Number 6 came out in 1995.
That's just Resident Evil, isn't it?
Nope. From what I've seen, this seems like a valid pick.
Seems like the same genre, or is it survival horror?
No, I wouldn't say survival horror. It is 2D.
2D. Fuck. Is it Alone in the Dark? Alone in the Dark, I think, is 93.
Yeah, this is 95.
2D.
Came out for PC, PS1, and the Super Famicom.
Clock Tower.
Yeah.
I don't know why the Famicom gave it away. But
Yeah, as soon as I said that, I'm like, oh no.
Dude, I love Clock Tower. I love it too because the end. It's one of the first games to have like multiple endings. Especially when you try to get in the car and leave, and the fucking little guy with the scissors just kills you.
I know. So you got 2 more. Number 4 and number 9. We're saving 9 for last. It's
Alright.
an awful pick. If we're talking, no, even if we're just talking best horror games of all time. 4th. What do you think the 4th and the 9th scariest games ever are?
When did number 4 come out?
2017.
Outlast 2?
Nope. It's pretty popular.
It's not Dead by Daylight, is it?
No. No, I would have never read the list.
2017. RE2 remake wasn't then, was it?
No, that was 2019.
I knew it was in that ballpark. Outlast was 2014, 2013-ish. What came? Was it Alien Isolation?
Nope.
Alien Isolation, actually that was 2014 too.
I think number 4 is a good pick for 4th scariest.
Like, actually a good pick for number 4, or
I think it is, personally, out of my taste.
have we talked about it?
Yes. Yesterday.
No. Eternal Darkness?
Nope.
It's not Evil Within.
Nope.
I talked a lot of shit on Evil Within. How does it play?
First person survival horror.
RE7.
Yep.
God, RE7 is such a good game. It is probably
Yeah.
RE7 is the best comeback, I think, gaming-wise, when it comes to individual releases and not shitty releases getting better.
Yeah, I think it's the best comeback in gaming history because if RE7 would have followed up 6, just how 6 was, I think Resident Evil legit would have.
There would be no Resident Evil. They'd be put in Silent Hill Purgatory where
No.
there's only pachinko machines.
Yeah, Capcom is not scared of cutting off series forever and never bringing them back.
Capcom and Square Enix are the best at saying, we don't need this IP anymore because we said so. What's number 9? Let's see what number 9 is. Is it going to piss me off?
It's gonna piss you off. It pisses me off. For the 9th scariest game of all time. Came out in 2015 on every platform at the time. PC, Switch, Xbox One, and PS4. And this is going to be a partial giveaway. It was on mobile. I think you're going to get part of it right. If you get the exact game right, I will be very impressed.
How does it play?
I can't say. It just gives it away completely. So the gameplay, because we've been on this segment for a while.
How many words is in the title?
4.
Is it Doki Doki Literature Club?
Nope. It's 4.
Thank God.
No, it's not Doki Doki. That would be hilarious.
That's psychological horror. That's
Yeah,
horror. Have we talked about this game?
I think so. I don't know if we talked about this exact one.
It's in a series?
A big series.
Is it a Resident Evil game?
Nope.
Silent Hill game? Fatal Frame game?
Nope. There's no Silent Hill on the top 10 scary
That is
games of all
so
time.
dumb.
That's unbelievable to me. No Silent Hill at all.
How does it play?
So, it's first person. You gotta wait 6 hours.
Five Nights at Freddy's?
The fourth one. That is according to Rolling Stone, the 9th scariest game of all time. Five Nights at Freddy's 4.
Oh my god, I'm pissed off, dude. Do you know how many good fucking horror games there are? The entire, most of the Resident Evil series, most of Silent Hill, all of Fatal Frame, and then you have elite ones like Penumbra. That one's an elite one. Original Alone in the Dark, the first 3 Clock Towers. Rule of Rose, it's the only cool part of it is that it's rare. The story's not the greatest.
Yeah, I've heard the game kind of sucks.
The game's alright if it wasn't $500.
Yeah.
God, that pisses me off, dude.
It just doesn't get ported. You know who the guys are that published it, right? Atlas, the Persona dudes. It all comes back.
Is
to
it an
shit like-
SMT game?
No.
Okay, so I can play it.
Yeah, people in the comments on this article are saying like maybe they're doing one game per series, but that doesn't make sense. Like for Silent Hill to not be on here at all. That doesn't make any sense. All right, we're gonna go back and forth, naming horror games. I'm gonna start. Five Nights at Freddy's 4.
Five Nights at Freddy's 1.
Lunch Lady.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
2.5. 3.
Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location.
I didn't think you'd know that one.
You
Five Nights at Freddy's Pizzeria Simulator.
Ultimate Custom Night.
It's just FNAF games. Security Breach.
Is it?
No, we don't count that one. We don't count. Okay,
I'm giving you a chance.
I need a new answer. I need a new answer. Silent Hill 1.
Silent Hill 2.
Silent Hill. Shattered Memories.
Silent Hill 3.
Silent Hill: The Short Message.
Silent Hill 2 Remake.
You can't.
2 separate games!
Resident Evil 1.
Silent Hill 5. Did we say Silent Hill 4 yet? Silent Hill 4.
Did we say Silent Hill 3 yet?
Yep. I went 1, 2, 3, 2 Remake, 4.
Dead Space.
Silent Hill Origins.
Dead Space 2.
Dead Space Remake.
Is there 3 Dead Space games?
Yeah.
Dead
But
Space
Dead
3?
Space 3.
No!
Dead Space 3 is cool, but it's also like, oh.
Yeah, it's kind of like how, like I was thinking we wouldn't count Resident Evil 6.
It's action.
It's
RE5 is horror adjacent.
Yeah. I'm already running out. Condemned.
Condemned 2. Didn't expect that one, did you?
I completely forgot there is a Condemned 2, and as soon as you said it, like it flashbanged right into my head. Condemned 2 for the Xbox. Fear 3.
Fear.
Fear 2.
Outlast.
Until Dawn.
Outlast 2.
I thought I was cooking with the Until Dawn, the remake that just came out this year.
Shit!
Why did it get a remake?
I mean, why is Outlast or like Last of Us gotten like 5?
Yeah, it's gotten like 30 remakes.
Fatal Frame.
Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly.
Fatal Frame 3, The Tormented.
I don't even know the names. Fatal Frame 4. Is it The Maiden of Blackwater?
No, that's the remake of the first one, but that counts as just Fatal Frame made the Blackwater. The fact you remembered that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. I wonder how recent that one was.
I really wonder. Doom. No. Uh-oh, I'm running out.
It's a horror game if I am the traumatic event.
We don't count FNAF spin-offs, right? Like the fan games. Five Nights at
They're not
Freddy's.
official release. It's not a horror game if it's a crypto miner.
But Scott said all the fan games are canon.
I don't know if Five Nights at Biden's is a fan game. I think that's an independent release, and I don't think it's horror. I think
It's horror adjacent.
It's horror adjacent. We can agree on that.
Horror adjacent's the funniest term that I had ever heard.
It's basically saying it's trying to be scary, but I don't recognize it as scary. It's like dead naming a game.
I know. Okay, so we don't count the ASIMs. Uh-oh. I'm running out.
Doing the Sabu point, the
I heard your bones crunch.
that was my back popping.
Come on, I can name another horror game.
I hope.
I'm digging.
We just did a list.
I know.
I'm gonna say one's probably gonna piss you off.
Did you already say Silent Hill Homecoming?
I didn't.
Silent Hill Homecoming.
RE7.
Resident Evil Village. Did we not say RE7 yet?
We did. I was sitting there, like, I'm waiting for him to say it. He likes this game. Let's go. Resident Evil 2.
The OG?
The
I was
OG.
just gonna say that one. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis.
Resident Evil 2 remake.
Dino Crisis.
This motherfucker. Dino Crisis 2. I know there's a second one.
I know, but 2's kind of actiony.
It's still.
It's a horror game. It is.
It's barely.
It's Parasite Eve.
You bitch. I was actually gonna say that next.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go into the trove in my brain. Hunting Ground.
Parasite Eve 2.
You fuck. Eternal Darkness.
Rule of Rose.
You are just going for cheap shots.
I know.
Let's see. Siren Blood Curse.
How did I not say Siren?
I glaze that game all the time.
It's amazing.
It's fun when half your screen gets taken up from the perspective of the thing chasing you.
Yeah. What else? Oh no. You thinking? Come on, there's something else. I saved Dino Crisis for last. That was my last blow. What other games are there that are horror and they're super expensive?
There's still a Silent Hill game you're missing.
No, there's not.
Yeah, there is. I'm not even counting PT either.
PT.
Silent Hill Downpour.
I thought you already said
The worst entry in all of Silent Hill.
God.
Can't believe you said a short message before anything else.
I know. I wouldn't count Among the Sleep. That's kind of a market.
I was gonna say Among Us. I was about to be like, there's no way I'm counting Among Us.
No shot. I'm out. I lost. I think. I can't name
I think I
any
can
of
finish
it.
it up. I can solidify my victory with one more, I think.
Okay.
Damn. I know more horror games than this.
Mm-hmm.
Amnesia the Bunker. Amnesia A Machine for Pigs. Amnesia The Dark Descent.
I already forgot the name of the number 10 scariest. It was that PC one.
I'm Scared.
Yeah.
What's another horror? There's gotta be more horror games.
I'm out. I lost. Anybody listening to this while you're working,
We're sorry.
I just want to say.
And you're gonna do it. Wait, you need a wipe? Like... That scared me.
Yeah, the topic is scary games.
Or do you rank... Do you know what's a genre nobody talks about but could be its own? Is child horror, where it's made to scare only children. Like your Luigi's Mansions. You're grabbed by the Goonies.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say Lollipop Chainsaw, but a kid probably shouldn't be playing that.
I did. Slaughterhouse. That's another OG. Like, fuck.
And Splatterhouse. What?
That's what I meant.
Oh.
Dude, Splatterhouse as a kid was like, this is cool as hell. And afterwards, I'm like, I kind of see why they don't make any more Splatterhouse games.
That game's also like $80.
Where's the Where do you rank Shadow of the Damned in horror? I think that's horror adjacent.
I'd say it's horror adjacent. Forgot to say Slender Man.
Where do you rank creepypastas in the genre of horror?
I'd put Jeff the Killer. Jeff the Killer scared the piss out of me.
I thought he was real.
I know, I read this thing that it, well, dude, here's the thing. I guess that's the next subject. Creepypasta, here's the thing. There was a point in time when I would read creepypastas, and it's hard to remember with the power of hindsight. There was a point as a kid I didn't know they were creepypastas.
You thought they were actual stories.
I just heard the lore of Jeff the Killer, and I'm like, oh my god! It'd be a real shame if there was a picture of this guy. And it's just, I don't know if it's still accurate or not, but I know a couple of years ago the whole creepy thing was like they don't know the original image of Jeff the Killer.
They're still trying to find it.
Yeah, like that's like a...
It's lost media.
Lost media scares me, and that's one of them. Jeff the Killer, messed up. That always freaked me out.
What, in your opinion, is the most disappointing horror game that you've played? Where people gassed it up a bunch and you're like, this is not worth the hype.
Oh.
Other than Dead by Daylight. Other than Dead by Daylight. Because that's horror adjacent.
Yeah, it's horror adjacent. I'm trying to think of something more obscure, but my easy answer is RE8. Like, I like Village, but it was my first Resident Evil game upon release. Like, I played it when it came out, the year it came out. And there was a lot of hype for, you know, Dimitrescu. And Ethan coming back, which I don't care about Ethan Winters, personally. Like,
oh, I thought you were talking about the Ethans that we know, and I was like, did he tell you to play
which
it?
one? I know. And it was... I don't know. I played it. I think my issue, I played Village back to back right after 7. I beat 7 and then I went to 8.
I think what helped me with Resident Evil Village was having the downtime of like a year.
Mm-hmm.
So I could come back and feel a little bit of that nostalgia.
Yeah.
Because then it gave me some time to like see like Ethan and Mia as endearing.
Yeah.
Ugly ass baby though.
The babe, oh my god.
Ugly
Rose,
ass baby.
when Chris and them shot through the window, I was like, come on, this is deserved.
In the DLC, which you haven't played yet, like they make Rose a really interesting character, but like, it's weird to me. The story is like, your daughter was dismembered. Go find her pieces. It's
Yeah.
like, go find my pages. I'm Slender Man.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if I would have taken a break, it would have been better. But just going back to back, it felt like 7 and 8 were a huge game. And something about 8, the vibe is different than 7.
Oh, 100% is.
I just didn't find it. Not only as scary, but like I didn't find the puzzles to be memorable. I didn't find the action to be super engaging. There's this part where Ethan got ran over by a combine, just got absolutely obliterated. And I just looked at I know, and I looked at my monitor and I'm like, huh. Like there's a part literally where there's a legit part where Ethan loses his hand and he puts some shit on his hand and then he just like pops it back.
In RE7, when you first get chased by Jack Baker, you can have him cut your leg off and he makes you crawl to like some of that like that good juice.
Yeah.
And he just puts his leg on, puts juice on it, and then Jack's like, all right, you can run again.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But I guess that's just Resident Evil. It's never been super realistic or anything. But I just I don't like Ethan that much. He's just like I thought he was cool in 7, but I didn't know that he was also the protag of 8 until I started 8, and I'm just like,
Oh yeah.
I didn't think he warranted 2 games, but I'm the same guy that thinks Jill Valentine's supremely overrated, so I don't know what I know.
I hate to say I kind of agree with you. The only character that is not overrated to me in Resident Evil has to be Claire Redfield.
Yeah, because she doesn't get too much hype in my opinion. 'Cause,
She's
like,
not putting like backflipping super action
Yeah.
scenarios.
Claire's pretty realistic. Who's the girl she helps him to? Sherry?
Oh, yeah, Sherry.
Yeah, she just, runs her. Like, Claire has. Like, she's doing this crazy stuff, but she has a pinch of, like she almost acts like a real person would in that situation.
Exactly.
Kind of a brave person, but, she acts like a human being.
It's the
whereas,
indomitable human spirit.
yeah, whereas, like, Chris is all stoic and shit. Leon. That's another
Leon-
conversation.
Whenever I think of Leon, I need to find the image on my phone because every time I think of Leon, I like him, but I can't look past his meme. So I've got a friend that whenever he talks in a chat that I've got a bunch of friends in, see how far back it is. We always send this picture of Leon from RE4 where it says, "Blonde men are women to me."
Dude, that picture's goated.
And personally, I hate to say Leon Kennedy has gentrified horror protagonists, but RE4, both of them I think are incredibly overrated. I like both RE4s, but they're not all-timers for me.
I am going to agree. I think Resident Evil 4 is great, but the issue is people tell me, like, not only one of the best, but, like, there's a lot of people that think RE4 is the best video game ever made, and I don't even think it's the best.
I can understand why, but I can also fight tooth and nail to refute that.
I just don't think it's even the best Resident Evil game.
It's not.
And Resident Evil's not even the best horror franchise, so it's like, I don't know. RE4 is great, but I didn't find much of it to be super memorable. I found Ashley to be extremely annoying in the original and the remake. Just going, Leon! Every 2 seconds. I just wasn't a fan.
Resident Evil peaked at Shova, come on, Shova, Shova!
Yeah.
Punching the fucking boulder.
I know, that was the peak, and they just haven't. I kind of want 5 to get remade just for that.
It's gonna get remade, I think.
Yeah.
I think the next one coming out is an RE0 remake and a RE Code Veronica remake.
I think Code Veronica can use it the most.
Code Veronica, I love the older ones where it expands more into the T virus and the whatever letter virus. Like, and that's why I like the rail shooter Resident Evil Survivor, because it's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
like this is like the super duper mega T virus.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true.
I still think the original RE remake has some of the best characters though.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the franchise, but I hate talking about it to a lot of people because they're just like, if you don't say 4 is the best one, they're like, well, what are you talking about?
It's a my way or the highway mindset.
Yeah, which I like 4. It is up there in my favorite games, but it's not. I don't think it even itches my top 20, to be honest.
I mean, it's RE4 is not even probably my top 30 or 40.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a good game, but I don't really remember a whole lot. I'm not too enticed to do New Game Plus runs on it compared to other games.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't know. 2's better. Like, I'll agree, like, 4's better than 3, and I think 4's better than Village. But I like 2 more, and I like 7 more, and I like the remake of 1 more than I do Resident Evil 4.
I think my favorites, honestly, are probably RE7. I think is at the my top. I think it was RE7, RE2 remake, RE1 remake. End of the day, I think Village is number 4, just because I've got the sentimental reason with streaming it.
Yeah.
And then 5 Nemesis. I'd maybe put 4 at 6. I like Nemesis.
That's fair. I think Nemesis is bottom of the barrel for me, but I like it. It's just so short. Like, so short. I can't even believe it. Like, 3 feels like an expansion to 2 at times. And I don't know. But the concerning part, I'm a little worried because it has been the same time gap from Village to now. It's the same gap as it was from Village to 7, and 7 to 6, and 6 to 5. I checked when Village came out. They do about 4 years between each mainline game, roughly. And we don't even have any info on 9 yet, and it kind of concerns me. I don't know why.
I'm kind of happy because I think they're right now in the mindset of remaking all the other games.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it is cool because I think they're trying to, like, catch up because they want to before unleashing 9, they want to make sure. I mean, I don't want to say everything would be playable, but they've been putting out the remakes pretty fast. They've been putting them out every couple of years. I mean, I'm not an expert, but it'll probably just be a couple of years until the next remake comes out.
I give it a year or two.
Yeah. Yeah, because 4 remake was already 2 years ago. So that was already 2 years since that came out. So yeah, it's definitely, I don't know. I don't even know what I want out of 9. I just, every time State of Play happens or, the Game Awards, I always think it's like the Game Awards they'll announce it, but just not a peep. I know there was some kind of, they reported like a sales report for 4 remake or something like that, and the posts on this sign were shaped like IX, and I'm like, holy cope. I mean, maybe it'll lead to something, but I'm not sure about that. I don't know. I don't even know what I want out of Resident Evil. Code Veronica's one I haven't gotten around to. I definitely with a remake. Same with Zero. I've never played Zero.
You can tell with RE9, if you play the Shadow of Rose, you know that Rose is going to be the RE9 protagonist.
Yeah. I think that's cool. It's
the way to go.
It's not bum-ass Ethan, so I don't really care. I'm fine with it. I guess I haven't really seen adult Rose. I just remember when she was an ugly child.
I still find it funny looking back on like all these protagonists. Like, I ended up in the city. I got to get out of here. But Ethan's like, my dead wife sent me an email.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't leave well enough alone.
I know. And Ethan, like, he'll get his entire hand obliterated, and he's like,
Oh, dude, that hurts.
Oh man,
that's gonna sting.
I know. Like when Mia's trying to axe his face off 20 minutes into 7, and he's just like, oh. It's the old ball and chain.
Canonically, spoiler, he died right there.
Oh, Drew. Spoiler.
I gave him 3 seconds to tune in. Well, 8 seconds.
Oh, the game's 8 years old.
Let's put the fries in the bag.
Yeah. I don't even.
Put the disc in the case, bro.
Game spoilers are like. I don't really care, because like I know if I get spoiled on a game that came out several years ago, I'm like, that's on me, bro. It came out so long ago. I just don't get it.
I kind of want to look through more of those shitty lists and see just if any of them are credible.
That's a new one.
See if we can give the list a boom or a doom. By the way, Rolling Stone gets a
doom!
I almost gave the middle finger to the camera. They didn't even do anything.
That was a bad list.
That was awful.
Okay, let's see. Horror game list. This one, the thumbnail shows top 50 horror games. Number 1, The Last of Us. Let's find another game.
The Last of Us is not a fucking horror game. I swear to God, it's a narrative experience. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a Metal Gear game than a horror game.
Yeah, I love the game, but I'm not considering it a horror game.
I'm indifferent to it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I acknowledge it's good, but I also hate the people that glaze it.
I know.
People that glaze it don't shower.
I showered.
You glaze the game?
I don't glaze it, but I like it.
We never thought of a code word for our friend with bad game tastes. Should we just name drop him?
It's our friend. Baird, I want to say, we just come over, please, and let's just try out some.
We just want to talk.
We just
want to talk.
We just want to get you into some fire games, bro.
That are not narrative games.
Yeah, which are fine, but we gotta expand your horizons.
Like, I love Bear to death, but when he was like, I like narrative games, and I said, oh, like David Cage games, and he looked at me with a blank look, because he didn't know who David Cage was, despite playing Detroit Become Human, Heavy Rain, Omicron, that's a good game. David Bowie did the soundtrack for that for free.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, Baird, if you're watching.
He's not. He's probably not. We could say what he probably is doing right now, but that wouldn't be PG.
Baird, we love you to death. Play some.
But you're killing us.
Broaden your horizons. No, I'm a Last of Us meat rider. It's like my third favorite game.
No way.
I'm dead serious.
You
No, I'm
cannot
dead
fucking
fucking serious. No, I'm not the OG, the remake. The remake.
What's the difference?
The remake? Okay. What's the thing where the guy's like...
The fucking ref just catching the ball. Just...
Yeah. Okay, here's my defense. Everybody universally praises the gameplay of The Last of Us 2. The gameplay generally is revered. People like the gameplay of Part 2.
I don't.
A lot of people. They use... The gameplay in the original Last of Us sucks. Like it's awful.
It does.
Like it's bad.
It's dog shit.
There's that one GIF where like Joel's up there and he's going to the thing and he does the. He just grabs the stuff. Yeah. The remake fixes the gameplay. I don't want to say objectively, but objectively, the story is crazy. It's definitely a better story than FNAF 4. So we can say it's better than that if we're going.
Water is wet, the sky is blue, dog.
The story's good. I like the characters. There's a part where this guy kills himself, and I'm like, dang, that sucks. And it's kinda
Anyway, like, man, objection. I don't like the game.
hard. Fuck you.
But you also know my taste in games.
Yeah. They're like, I like No More Heroes.
Are you talking shit on No More Heroes?
No.
That's what I thought.
No. Last of Us is peak.
All I'm saying is that your former world champion needs to play No More Heroes if he hasn't, and do gear based on it.
This is true. You're also not watching. But, yeah. The Last of Us is peak. The gameplay, the story, everything. It's got the fun loop of the Resident Evil style games. It's not as replayable, but if I was ranking my favorite games based on replayability, I'd have to change like my top 50, honestly. Because like, I enjoy Elden Ring, but that game's not fun to replay, in my opinion.
You sound like someone who hasn't played it more than twice.
I've played it twice. That's it.
I'm on my 4th run. I haven't the last year.
I just don't like open worlds.
I think Last of Us is mid because it tells you the story. It's not like Killer 7 where you have to download a 60-page packet about Western and Eastern philosophy. AEW wrestler Mansoor told me that, by the way. He fucking told me that that's how that game works.
That's awesome.
He asked me, like, in a car ride when I was picking him up, he was like, so, do you know, like, when I brought up Killer 7, he's like, do you know how that, like, the plot of that is or what it means? I'm like, I'll keep it honest, I don't. And he's like, dude, I found this packet online. There's like a 60-page document about like Eastern and Western philosophy, and it all makes sense when you read it. And I'm sitting there like, I'm not reading a 60-page packet to know I already like the game.
That's insane, dude. That's insane. Yeah, I mean, that is fair, though. Like, I think that's why, and it's funny of me to make fun of movie games and, like, The Last of Us. 'Cause that's the only one that I, like, love. Like, I'm gonna say it, I don't even love Red Dead 2. I think it's the most overrated video game.
I love Red Dead 2, but the longer it's glazed for how long it is, it's starting to reach the overrated status.
The thing about Red Dead 2 is if you tell somebody it's not a 10 out of 10,
they dox you on K-pop Twitter.
Yeah.
And they're like, you have 7 days to move.
I know, and that's the Elden Ring problem. If you say Elden Ring's like, I think I gave Elden Ring a 9 out of 10.
And someone sent a death threat.
Someone just said get good, and I'm like, the game, I am.
The game is a 9 out of 10. That's great.
Yeah, I know. Like when you like say Elden Ring's not the best game ever made. I don't even think it's the best Souls game ever made. Why would I give it a 10?
Bloodborne's not that good.
That's my.
I think Dark Souls 3 is the best.
Bloodborne's right above The Last of Us on my favorite games list.
What's your number 1?
Breath of the Wild. Even though I just said I hate
Check this
open
guy's
world.
hard drive.
Even though I just
Check
said
this guy's hard drive.
Even though I just said I hate open world games.
I can't shit talk you for having such a basic and broad top games because mine are old or somewhat niche.
My 8th favorite game is Doki Doki Literature Club.
Let's see my top 23. That's where I stopped at. My number 8 on my list is
What?
it's Warframe.
No! You have no room to
You don't like the 9 to 5 simulator, dude?
No. The Last of Us is better than Warframe.
Not true.
Not true.
Look at the Steam charts right now.
Look at Steam charts.
Look at the Steam charts.
By that qualification, Schedule 1's a masterpiece.
It is. Look at the fucking reviews, dude. They're 98% overall.
Schedule 1 is pretty good. But using Steam charts, that would make me assume Black Myth Wukong isn't a piece of shit, awful video game.
Well, that's because people from different regions are playing that.
That's true. Black Myth Wukong sucks, guys. I played the whole thing.
It's not good.
It's really not good.
Astrobot clears.
Everybody was like, dude, Wukong's gonna win Game of the Year. And it's like, even if Astrobot didn't win, Final Fantasy Rebirth was probably gonna win.
Shadow the Erdtree had a better chance than that Black Myth Wukong did.
Electra had a better chance. Unironically.
Like, everyone that's like, Black Myth Wukong's gonna win, then it's like, how do we tell them? It's the
I know.
Professor Krabs gift.
It's just funny because Astrobot got a 94 on Metacritic and Wukong had like an 82.
Dude, Astrobot is proof that you don't need to change the status quo. You can just be fun.
Yeah.
It's about taking the... This is going to sound really pretentious of me, but the reason Astrobot won is because it took an empty place in the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
It took Sackboy's place.
Yeah. I like Astrobot. It kind of makes me sad he took Sackboy's place, but like, if we got a Little Big Planet 4, it's just going to be like Astrobot with a Little Big Planet scene. I don't really care. I like it. The game's a celebration of PlayStation and gaming, and of course, negative people had to be like, well, it's just an advertisement for PlayStation. Like, that's kind of doing a disservice to the whole game, in my opinion.
It's almost like every video game advertises for the console they're on.
Yeah, that's just, I don't know, I thought it was fucking cool. Like, your ship is a PS5.
It's fun!
Yeah, it's just...
How dare someone have whimsy, dude? Like,
yeah, I think you and I agree. The biggest issue of Astrobot is lack of accessibility. It's only on the PS5. Not even, and I'm glad it's not, because we need to move on, but it's also not on PS4 like a lot of new-gen games are. Like, you have to have a 5. It's not on Xbox or Steam. I don't think it's coming to Steam, so it's like, you know, a lot of people, I love Astrobot, but I'm not going to tell someone go buy a PS5 just to play it.
and this is random, but it's gonna, like, I'm not trying to be pretentious and call people broke because I'm not made of money. But when people are like, why doesn't GTA 6 come out on the Xbox One? You are part of the problem.
Yeah, okay. Like, there's a different, like, if you're playing a 360 currently, it means you're enjoying what's old.
Yeah.
If you're playing an Xbox One, you haven't upgraded yet to the new gen.
When people are like, why is GTA 6 not going to be on the PS4? It's like, your PS4 sounds like a jet engine now.
I
You
know.
want it to turn into a bomb?
I know. People were... I remember people were pissed when Spider-Man 2 was announced to not be on PS4. Everybody was so mad about it.
People weren't even that mad when the fucking PS4 came out and shit wasn't on the PS3 anymore. Nobody was that mad.
Yeah, nobody did PS3 anymore. They do it like every couple of gens. Like, they were making PS2 games until like 2014. There's still PS4 games coming out. I bet they're gonna be doing PS4 games like into the PS6's lifetime, which is crazy.
And they're going to run like shit.
Yeah, it just...
No offense, but they're going to run like shit.
Yeah, the reason I don't like them putting new-gen stuff on PS4 is because now developers have to accommodate for making it for the last gen instead of fully embracing the next gen.
And it sets back the gaming. It 100% sets it back.
Yeah, like, the best games from this generation are not cross-platform. Like, Astrobot's not, Baldur's Gate 3 is not.
Yeah, it is.
Spider-Man 2 No, I mean, to PS4.
Oh, I was about to be like,
No,
dude, Baldur's Gate would be like, alright, time to go for my 25-minute loading
Yeah.
screen for Act 2.
I know. No. Imagine it on the Switch.
You open the creator, all of a sudden your Switch just dies. Just the bricks itself.
Dude, I literally saw a tweet yesterday. Someone was like, "Is GTA 6 coming to the Wii U?"
There's gotta be some part of that, like 1% of it that was actually wondering.
I know. Someone was like, "Is it?" Yeah, I don't like when they make it for the PS4 because, like, this current generation of gaming, I don't know about you, to me it already doesn't feel next gen compared to like a lot of PS4 stuff is like next level, felt like next gen, but a lot of this stuff, like, it feels like it's PS4 quality.
All the game-changing stuff is on PC now, so it feels like the console's just kind of sitting there.
Yeah.
I know when GTA 6 drops, consoles are gonna feel like they're the hit thing, but as for right now, they're not.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point, honestly. Astrobot uses next-gen capability pretty good. Like, it's not hyper-realistic, but that you don't have to be hyper realistic because
Don't let them know that.
yeah, yeah. Because if you have to be hyper realistic to be a next gen level game, it means you're in Unreal Engine 5. And if your game's in Unreal Engine 5, it probably runs like pure shit.
It's gonna have to run like pure shit or brick whatever you're playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Put Unreal Engine 5 on the 360 and we'll talk.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Astrobot's just like, it reminds me of like, you know, back in the day. Not to be old, back in the day, but games were made just to be fun.
They're made to run.
And they weren't, with how games are made now, like, I'm sorry, GTA 6 should not take this long. The fact that it is taking this long to
The
develop,
fact it's like a $2 billion budget is ridiculous.
Yeah,
For a game, it better last 20 years then.
yeah, exactly. And I just, you know, PS2 era, you know, we get like GTA. I can't remember which ones are in which order, but I saw a stat that was like GTA 3, GTA San Andreas, and Vice City, and GTA 4 were all in like a 6-year span.
Really?
Yeah, like just so many games came out. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty crazy, but it's GTA. It's gonna be weird. The stream check.
I'm entertained. We've been doing this for a fucking hour.
Yeah, holy shit. I'd say, I mean, we gotta have some stuff for the next episode, so I'd say we should call it there.
We gotta argue about something.
Last of Us, we already did.
Yes, it's overrated. And I mean, I'll say it in my chest too. That shit is overrated.
I'm actually, this is gonna make me sound like a contradicting cornball, but I would say The Last of Us is one of the most overrated games ever. But it is one of my favorite games ever. But it is overrated. But I also don't think overrated means bad. Because like Red Dead 2 is very, very overrated. It's a good game. It's really good.
Just because you're like a 94 out of 100 is not a 100 out of 100.
Yeah, I don't. Red Dead 2, it's a lot of the fan base. They're like,
People need to acknowledge the fact there's no such thing as a perfect game, and if you are on that point, you're dumb.
no, that's why I was talking to Christian because we were doing our lists and stuff. And I asked Christian, I'm like, what games would you consider a 10 out of 10? And he named like 2 games. I'm like, 2 games in your life are 10 out of 10? He's like, well, it's the only ones I'd consider perfect. I'm like, look, dude, if we're only going by perfect games, honestly, Tetris is the only one.
Technically, yeah.
Like, Tetris would be the only perfect game. But like, 10 out of 10 doesn't mean to be perfect. It's just your favorites.
Yeah.
To me, our last topic, to me, a 10 out of 10. I don't know how to explain it. You probably know it though, like with BioShock. Like you know it's a 10. You don't have to like think about it. Like, just the game makes you feel a way, and you're like, damn, this shit's a masterpiece. Like,
A lot of really good games provoke thought. BioShock, to me, is my all-time game. Is so good, it doesn't make me think. I'm just in the moment.
yeah, which is awesome.
I love the atmosphere. I love the gameplay. There's so much replayability in BioShock, even though it's 2006. It's linear. There's no other endings. It's like 2 endings.
Yeah.
It's so good for that, and it's. I think the biggest testament is the fact that when G4 in like 2010, 2012 did their top 100 games of all time, BioShock was number 2, only behind Super Mario Brothers.
That's crazy.
The fact that and the way they conveyed it was BioShock, if anybody ever says give me a game that is art and can be considered art to be put in a museum, I'd give them BioShock.
That's fair. That's valid, dude. I need to check it out. I'll never play it.
I'm surprised you haven't played BioShock.
I know. I just think it's weird. Like, I've never even tried it.
Get a copy for the 360,
Yeah.
hook it up and play it. That's what I did.
I need to play it. I decided I want to play it on the 360. I was gonna get it on Steam, but I don't know why. I
On
wanna,
Steam, it doesn't run I own it on Steam. It does not run the best.
Yeah, I just want to play it on the 360. I need to. So where are we streaming Last of Us?
When you paying me.
Dude, we weren't supposed to bring that up. Get the fuck out of here. We weren't supposed to. I also, with a full chest, because Last of Us, it's one of my 8 10 out of 10 games. I would also consider The Last of Us Part 2 a 10 out of 10.
You have 8 10 out of 10 games?
Yeah, is that too much?
What games do you have that are 10 out of 10?
In no order. Breath of the Wild,
bad start.
Fuck up. Peak.
Not even the best Zelda game.
Everybody heralds Minecraft as like the game where you can do whatever you want, which is true.
Jenny Mod.
But Breath of the Wild, you can just do whatever. And yes, it's open world, but it doesn't fill you with the Ubisoft-style quest markers, and it doesn't force you to do anything. It's got my favorite soundtrack of all time. It's got a great art style. It doesn't go for realism. There is a mod where you can get Link's balls to jiggle when he... I'm sorry. I don't know. Breath of the Wild is my equivalent of if I could call a game art. That would be my game. That game's peak. Bloodborne, I know, 30 FPS, locked to PlayStation, but it's Bloodborne. It's peak.
Bad. Dust Bloods is gonna be better.
It actually is. 'Cause it has like a flying T-Rex on a jetpack. Like this dude just turned into a T-Rex, and I was talking to my cousin Evan about it. He's my closest, like he plays all the Souls games. And he's like, Dust Bloods looks so stupid. I'm like, it looks awesome.
It looks like a From Software game.
I know, it looks so funny. Like, this one dude just, like, a cloud popped up and then he turned into a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Like, that's awesome. I'm excited for Dust Bloods.
Probably won't even run at 30 FPS.
Maybe 20.
Slideshow, my favorite slideshow.
I mean, if it's the honorary sequel to Bloodborne, it does need to run at an awful frame rate and then never go to any other console, so...
No remakes, no nothing.
Yeah. Bloodborne, my second favorite. It's, that is worse than Astrobot in terms of accessibility, because it's only on the PS4. And they didn't even, like, you can play it on the 5, but they didn't even do, like, the PS5 update or anything for it. That game's 10 years old now.
Womp womp.
Womp womp. Last of Us. Last of Us 2. I actually think Last of Us 2 you could argue is a better game. In every regard. Unironically, I'm gonna shave my neck beard. Unironically, I'd give DDLC a 10 out of 10, and I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. To me, because again, we just talked about it. Critics think Red Dead 2 is a 10 out of 10. I'm not a critic. I'm me. For my experience, unironically, Doki Doki Motherfucking Literature Club is a 10 out of 10 video game, and I'm not joking.
I can't fight you on that, like your opinion of it. For me, it's like an 8.
Which is completely fair.
But I can't disagree with it being a 10 because I get why.
It was so fun, and like
It's shocking.
It helps
like,
that I played it in the sitting.
I also did the same.
Yeah, it's one of those games where it's not like conventionally a 10 for a lot of people, but just to me, it absolutely is a 10 out of 10. Split Fiction, I'd give that. That's a very recent one.
Only one of those types of games I haven't played because I played It Takes Two and A Way Out.
Yeah, I haven't played A Way Out yet. I need to though. Takes Two is good. Split Fiction has a much better plot, and the gameplay is way better, and it's a lot more challenging. Like for a platformer, it's pretty damn hard. And Split Fiction's peak. That one's very recent, but I had one friend told me it's recency bias. I gave it a 10, but I actually feel less inclined to give a game I just played a 10 out of 10. Like, I usually need it to, like...
For me, it has to digest for at least a year.
Yeah, it needs to simmer for a minute. Split Fiction's a 10. Both Last of Us, Bloodborne.
I might not even give Baldur's Gate a 10 out of 10. It's fucking close, though.
It's a 9 for me, because it's just a little...
It's too glazed.
Well...
It did change gaming, but it's also, like...
Yeah.
People do not shut the fuck up about it.
I know. It also, BG3 just, for my taste, it was a little out there. Like, you gotta remember, I don't know anything about D&D. Like, not a...
Which I need to help you change that.
I know, I need to get into it, because I also know I'll like Baldur's Gate more once I can try it, but,
You would love Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate 3, I think you'd make a 10 out of 10 if you did a co-op run.
Probably. Yeah, I haven't played it with another person ever. I've only done it solo.
It is such a... I'm on my second co-op run. I was playing that literally like an hour before coming
I
here.
saw that. I need to hop on. I think with a bit more time, it would be more up there for me. What's my other one? Clearly it's not a 10. I can't remember it. We'll talk about the last one. Very recency bias, but and yes, it is glazed, but Expedition 33 is as good as people say it is.
People keep telling me that it's up my alley, and it's weird.
I'm not joking. I'm not trying to sound like a Red Dead 2 fan here. Yes, the game is glazed because it deserves it. It has not the best ever, but a great story. It's got the best gameplay I've ever played in a game, by far.
Bold.
Which, obviously, it's turn-based. And it's got parrying. It's like my two favorite things. The soundtrack is insane. I think if you played it, you'd consider it one of those games that like you could call it art. Like you could put that shit in a museum. Like genuinely.
That's bold.
Which I know is huge meat riding. I'm riding that expedition cock right now, but I mean it's good. And I just want to say for the record, I played it in early access, which was like 3 days before it came out. There wasn't much hype for it going in. And then I played it, I'm like, damn, this is a 10. Everyone on the internet's saying the same thing now. I think it's an absolute just peak game. I can't say enough good things about it. Just that's like the epitome of the game. Like I know, like I played it and I'm like, yeah, that's a 10 out of 10. I actually don't know if I have an 8th one. I'm gonna look. Clearly, it's not that good because I can't remember.
There are only 5 games I think I would consider 10 out of 10, and they're all none of the, they're not even like my 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like even on my all-time list, I think like my number 9 could be a 10 out of 10. Well, my 8 is not.
Oh, okay. I've never considered that because, like, to me, I have it sorted as like.
Because I have a lot of sentimentality towards some games where like an 8 out of 10 can beat a 10 solely because like, oh, I met these people in matchmaking, or I played
That's
this
fair.
custom game with people.
I could see that. I could see that for sure.
My 5 10 out of 10s for sure are BioShock, glaze that to the end of the earth. Anyone who talks shit on BioShock 1 just is not correct and has never played it. The best plot, or like, my second 10 out of 10 is actually my number 2 game, Deus Ex Human Revolution, because you need to play it. The ending has the best, I think, global consequences. It is the best example of having choices that affect the world in like a political and ethical standpoint.
Yeah.
Number 3, Gears of War 3. Because Gears of War 3 is the most satisfying ending for a trilogy, because one of these days I want to do like a 30 or 40 minute long form YouTube video about how the concept of trilogies in gaming is dead.
Yeah.
Gears of War 3 did it perfectly. I love Gears of War 1. Gears of War 2 was such a good setup to 3, and 3 slam dunked it.
Hell yeah.
My number 4 probably has to be, I hate to say 10 out of 10 is Warframe, but it's not even just because of the gameplay. It's the best example of developers having a good community.
Yeah.
Because, like, I feel like the Warframe community is what Destiny could be if everyone wasn't a bunch of shitters.
Yeah.
Because people in the Destiny community are fucking
They're
dicks.
rough, dude.
But everybody I've met through Warframe has been super duper cool. Like even like if you're in the dress to impress fashion frame community where you make your Warframes look nice, people are super nice in that. I'm trying to think what my number 5 would be.
And I think Warframe, that's the peak example of like, you know, like your 10 out of 10 games should be 10s to you.
Exactly.
Because like it's a live service game. A lot of people would probably be like, no, it's not a 10 out of 10, but to you it is a 10 out of 10. So why not?
And I do have to say that my other 5 out of 5, or my other 10 out of 10 game is my number 10 game actually, Shipwreck 64.
Yeah.
Which it's been a year since I played it, so I can confidently say that I love it because it's the most innovative game I've ever seen. It is a great ARG horror that takes you to unlisted websites and unlisted YouTube videos and makes you think. And I'll never forget it. There's like little subplots to get the best ending, basically. One of the subplots, you find out that one of the characters, because all the characters, it's basically the whole N64 haunted cartridge thing.
Yeah.
One of the characters is dead, but the, like, basically kind of haunted version of it jump scares you through the screen border. Like the black borders on the side, it gets you through that. It's the only time in the game they use the side border for that. And all I remember is being actually terrified and thinking, that is the coolest shit I've ever seen in a game.
That is sick.
I love it, innovative games like that.
I think I need to play it because
I glaze it.
I think if I like EDLC and how it is weird and meta with the game, I think I'd really like
Shipwrecked is so good. Like, 100%ing that game was the most accomplished I've ever felt. 100%ing a game. There's only 14 achievements, but some of them you have to dig for.
For sure. That's awesome. I need to play Shipwrecked.
Such a good game. Such a good game.
I think that's fair. I think 5, 10 out of 10s is fair. I'm the opposite. Like I have 8, 10 out of 10s. I would put them all, like, that's my top 8 games. But I also don't really count much from, like, when I was, like, I played a lot of shit when I was, like, 6 years old. And I don't really remember enough to be like, that's a 10 out of 10 game to me. So
You don't think Scooby-Doo the movie, the game, is the best game ever?
I don't think Marvel Superhero Squad is the best game ever made.
That is some cap right there, dude. That's fucked.
Superhero Squad was goated. Alright, gang. I guess this is it. We're going to sign off. This podcast, no in between. It's either going to get like 500 episodes or it's not going to happen for another like year. Thank you for tuning in. Nobody did. But people will later. Maybe.
Maybe. If you watch this, come up to us and say Bazinga, and we'll know you.